Welcome,
we
guys.
have
This is Top Deck Scrubs here.
Brandon.
What'd you do today?
Yeah, we topped with the young Ghoti.
Ooh.
Hey, what deck
That
did
is
you
an
beat?
effective, but we'll get to the Ghoti cards.
We'll start with these cards first.
How many cards is this?
This is 40 in the main deck.
Oh, you kept
Why
it
is it
40.
not 40?
I got, dude, mine's banned. I don't need to put Harpies in there anymore.
That's true.
41's the best number in the game.
That card was his best friend.
Dude, he can retire.
All right, so let's show us your Ghoti deck.
All right, so we'll start with the go second cards first, because it's a lot. So we have 3 Valor, 3 Crow, Ash, Chalice, Imperm, Cowboy. So I hate hand traps with a burning passion, but if you're if you're not playing the Chillman deck, you have to play these because, dude, that matchup and Flu are just like ridiculously hard.
So I am not too, I guess, knowledgeable in the Ghoti deck. Why don't you play Shifter?
So more often than not, I actually like having stuff engraved because with a lot of these cards, like it's really inconvenient to shifter yourself sometimes. Granted, it probably would just steal a lot of games against tier, but like I don't know. The more I played it, the more I didn't like it.
Okay.
Plus, like these just kind of like are generally across the board are better. Where like shifter really is only good against one deck because every other deck can play it.
Yeah. Would you play like Bystials or anything? Or Bell?
No, I don't. I don't own Bystials. Bell's on the side, and then for Bystials, they don't hit. They only hit tier. They don't hit like every single matchup. But like this, like has again like a good generic.
Okay.
Like,
So it
punter.
has like a diversity.
So like this hits like tier and hits everything else.
Okay. So that's your hand traps.
Yeah. So
That
there's
was
all
what,
the
3,
second
6,
cards.
9, 12. There's like 15, 16 of these things.
Yeah, and like this is like an awkward one. This helps with like your somewhat of your Fenrir problem / like you just need stuff on your turn because when you summon cards out and they try to mess with you, like you just need to do this.
Yeah.
Because like Fenrir can like FTK you sometimes in simple game states. Yeah, for the fish cards, 3 Mermaid Shark. This card's actually crazy.
So what is this card do?
When it's normal summoned, you add a level 3, 4, 5 fish from your deck to your hand. That's really good, I promise. It's actually crazy. For the other fishes, 3 Lifeless, 3 Angler, 3 of this level 4 dude, and then 3 of the Abyss Shark. So this can search this, and then this has the exact same effect. If you control water, special summon it, and then do the same thing. So you can search any of these. Foolish Burial, and kind of like your own, kind of like Medora Keldo. So you don't mind playing against like a Shizu tier, because even if they mill you a bunch of cards, like a lot of your cards have advantage of being grave anyways. This can put stuff back. The Field Skill can put itself back in your hand, so it doesn't really matter. Extender, half extender, extender, like 1 card, doing what you're trying to do.
Okay.
So just consistency is key. May not be the best build, but if it's not tier, it's probably not the best deck to play anyways. Like, let's just be real, dude. 3 of this dude. This is the best turn to start with because it unclogs your hands. And then just 1 on 1 because these cards are kind of bricky. You want to dump or banish this one when you can. You just want to dump this one. And then 1 at the Octopus because it recurs itself, so you only need 1.
So
and again,
you don't play like a higher. I think last time you played like.
I did play a higher one.
Like a lot of Ghotis.
I had no idea how to play it at the time. I was just doing it for fun because we were allowed to that day. But I actually tried putting in some thought process to this. And 3 of the Field Spell. This has banish a fish from your grave and add a Ghoti monster, or from your hand. And then if it's in the graveyard, you summon a fish monster, you can target the fish monster, banish it, and this adds itself back to your hand. So
How much card did you get?
your Shizu matchup's not unplayable. This is 40.
Oh, that was the main deck. Okay.
Yeah, that's my deck. The extra deck. 3 of this. This is like just the best, card in the entire archetype.
What does he do exactly? Because some people, they still don't know.
That is true, right? So what this does on a synchro summon, you banish a level 6 or lower fish from your deck, and then if it's used as a synchro material, you target a fish in your grave, banish it, then you add a fish monster with the same level or less than what you banished.
Okay.
2 of this dude, 2 of this comes up, and then just 1 of the DP on, because it's kind of like meant to be an emergency button. It's not really that convenient to get into the 10s. It's easier to get into these than it is this.
So what does this one do?
So this one, when it's synchro summoned, you target a fish monster you control and a card your opponent controls, banish them both. Okay. And then if it gets banished, you banish a fish from your grave, summons itself back out.
Okay.
And then this is your oopsie button. When it's synchro summoned, it banishes all cards on the field. And then the standby after it's banished, you summon itself back.
Okay.
And then for the honorary Ghoti, White Orwell. Low-key the best card in the deck. In the extra deck, Changing. It's a water, so it works with the Abyss Shark. And then
It's a water. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. So that's actually like really huge. And it also like a lot of these like this banishes a lot more than Sword Soul does. So like this card gets really big, really fast, and then just like tears your opponent apart. Hi, Mark. I love that guy. He's my boyfriend. 1 Baron because it's a 10. It's just too simple. For the Xyz monsters, this package, I like doing this blindly because you're not always gonna play against tier. So It's easy to do blindly.
Yeah.
Dweller, obviously for tier. This is good against anything but tier for simple game states. I don't do it that much. Technically, the extra deck's really flexible, so you don't have to play this. But I did it a couple times today. This card's really good. When it's link summoned, you summon a fish monster from your hand to zone it points to. And then once per turn, you can target a fish monster you control, and a card your opponent controls, you banish them both. Derek's lit. We got Menemone. So what this one does, here's the trick. So you target a fish or a water monster with 1,500 less attack in your graveyard, you summon it to a zone of points to. Then you're locked into water monsters and water effects for that turn. I think just water effects. Oh, one or the other. I didn't summon that much. For the side deck, we have 3 Joel Lockbird because you need to stop flu as hard as you can. 3 Bell because this is good against the tier / graveyard manipulators and Keldon Medora. So basically whatever hand trap lacks, usually it's like Valor, you just put this in.
Yeah.
Cosmic, because this hits like Seleeks, field spells, maps, in general, if people play Floodgates, not trying to deal with that. And then for generic board wipes, because I don't really play against many matchups besides tier, it's when I play the most, so. Lightning Storm and evenly match. In theory, these hit other decks. So like this one hit flu really well. This can technically hit control decks pretty well, but I don't really play against those that much, so can't say how good or bad they are.
No one's really playing them, basically.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the deck.
Anything else to say about it?
It's really fun, I promise, but yeah, it's just the format where you can't really play anything but tier.
Understandable.
The flu matchup is kind of impossible.
At least you're having fun with it.
Yeah.
It's a local, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just something cool.
Yeah, shout out to Matthew for not having fun ever.
Oh. All right, well, thank you, Brandon, and congratulations on your placement today.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Subscribe, right?
Huh?
Subscribe?
No.
Gamer.